Hello and welcome to today's session. Today we are going to do some shoulder and chest opening. It's going to be a quick one so that you can fit it in on your lunch break or as a warm-up before you go and do some upper body work. So let's get cracking. If you have a block, bring it with you. If you don't have one, don't worry about it. If you have a book handy, that's also good. We're going to come onto our hands and knees to find a tabletop position. We're going to send our right leg back behind the left leg. You're going to send your hips back towards your heels, and then you're going to come to centre and repeat on the other side. Hips back towards heels. Try and glue your opposite hand down to the ground. Send it back. Switch sides again. This time we're going to see if we can walk our opposite hand. So my right hand is going forward and I'm thinking about turning my chest so that I can almost look underneath my right armpit. We come back forward. Bring your hands back to centre. Take both your left knee behind right and walk your left hand forward. Again, thinking about seeing if we can turn under that armpit. Come back to centre. One more each side. Sending right leg behind left. See if you can walk that hand forward. See if you can look underneath your armpit. Come back. Switch it out. And extend. See if you can sit your hips back towards your heels. And then come back to centre. We're going to extend back into our downward facing dog. Take a breath in here. Maybe you want to pedal your dog if that feels good. Take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale, let everything be heavy. We're going to check our posture. So thinking about driving those knuckles underneath your fingers into the ground. We're going to think about sending those heels back, but not, if this is certainly your first practice of today or your first movement of today or the first time you're moving your hamstrings, we're not going to drive our heels down towards the ground. You're going to see if you can lift your tailbone up towards the sky. Maybe the knees are bent. Pressing those hands into the ground. We're going to tuck the tailbone under and you're going to move into this weird downward facing dog. Let your chin come towards your chest. On your inhale, you're going to tuck your tailbone up towards the sky, lengthening. Maybe you let your knees bend just a little bit here. Exhale, we're going to round. So taking this cat-cow movement in our downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the tailbone up towards the sky, and then exhale, we're going to tuck tailbone under. You're going to see if you can think about sending each one of your vertebrae up towards the sky as we roll our body forward. So moving slowly with intention, tucking chin towards chest. Eventually you'll find a plank position. We're going to lower the knees, untuck the toes. This is the one that gets everybody first time, so if it's your first time, don't worry. You're going to keep your bum high. We're going to slide nose forward. Your chin will then find the mat as your elbows have to lift. Pause here with your bum high. If you have not got your shoulders in front of your hands, it's because you've tried to go this way. We're trying to send our body forward. So pausing here and then slide forward. Your hips find the mat. You're going to bring your hands where they should have landed underneath your shoulders. We're going to inhale, and I'm not using my hands here. That's going to sound like a weird thing. I'm using my pelvis, I'm using my feet to lift my body up. And then exhale, drop nose towards mat. Inhale, press the pelvis down, lift the chest. So it's not a lift of the chest, even though I just said lift your chest. It's a contraction of all of your back muscles to get into this position. And then exhale, we're going to lower. You're going to interlace your fingers behind your back. You're going to keep your feet, even though I just did a little shuffly thing. You're going to roll your shoulders back and down, keep your feet down on the ground. I want you to think about squeezing your shoulder blades together. That's going to open up through the chest in a nice gentle way to start with. Exhale, I want you to see if you can touch your shoulders to the ground, but keep the chin sort of hovering off the mat. If you have larger breasts, well, I am not well endowed. Good for you. And also, don't worry if your shoulders don't touch the mat. Inhale, we're going to turn those shoulders back towards the sky, thinking about squeezing those shoulder blades together. And then exhale, drop the shoulders down towards the ground. I'm only jealous of your larger breasticles. I was not well endowed, as we know. And then we press our pelvis down towards the ground as you send your hands away, squeezing those shoulder blades. See if you can lift your hands up away from your back. If they don't go, don't worry. We're going to think about lengthening the arms just down the back. And then exhale, we're going to curl everything in. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to push back into an upward facing dog, but loosely. So I'm pressing the ground away, but I'm not pushing my pelvis forward here. We're going to tuck the toes, find your downward facing dog, and again you might want to pedal out your dog. You're going to step your right foot forward, your left foot's going to step forward as well, and we're going to come into this kind of teepee shape. From here you're going to take your left hand and you're going to reach for your calf or your ankle on the opposite side. So we're using our rotation of the body, pressing your hand into whichever part of your body you managed to catch hold of. Please don't grab the knee, come below the knee. We're going to see if we can twist underneath, see if you can look towards the ceiling if that's there for you. Just take whatever movement feels good here. Taking a nice breath in. Now see if you can lengthen the bottom arm. Create some tension in your arm and in your hand. And press your hand into your leg. Then come back to centre. We're going to switch sides as you would imagine. So same again. Depends where you're going to be able to reach. Don't have any judgment thoughts. Oh no, I can't reach my ankle. Don't worry about it. You will eventually if you keep it up. So we're going to turn and see if we can look at the sky. Taking a nice breath in here. Exhale, let it go. Pressing your hand, lengthening your arm into that standing leg. Keep it pressing, 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 twisting here. And then inhale, come back to centre. Reorient your feet back to a downward facing dog. And we're just going to take a tiny little bit of movement into the pelvis. So we're going to tuck the tailbone under and then lift it up to the sky. Tuck the tailbone under, lift it up to the sky. Tuck the tailbone under, let that curl your spine into your plank position, and then drop the knees, untuck the toes. Slide your nose and chin forward. Find a front line position. We're going to take our right hand and we're going to reach for our left foot. Okay, so taking this twist, I lifted both legs for no reason. We're going to take this twist here. You're going to bring your left arm into the centre of your mat. This might be a very small movement. If you have trouble reaching your foot, grab a dressing gown tie or a band if you have one. I looked around them for an actual band, but it's up there. To make that a little bit more accessible for you. From here, we're going to press the pelvis into the ground, and then you're going to kick your foot into your hand. That's going to lengthen this part of your chest. Keep kicking. Your leg can come off the ground. And then we're going to drop that down. And we're going to switch sides, as you would imagine. Spoiler alert for no one. Okay, same again. So the right hand comes to the centre of your mat. You're reaching for your right hand with your, left hand. Left, doesn't matter, twist it. You know what I mean. Sometimes I say too many words. Okay, press your foot into your hand. And find that chest opening, find that thoracic spine twist. Take another inhale here, see if you can press into that hand a little bit more. And then let it go. Take some movement through the legs. And then find your cobra position. So the hands are underneath the shoulders. We're going to press the pelvis down into the ground. And again, I'm not using my hands. I'm not pushing my body up. My hands could come off the ground, and maybe they will. We're going to lift up into our cobra. Maybe we lift the hands. And then we go down so that the nose touches the mat. We're going to lift up into our cobra. This time, maybe the arms find this flying position. And then down. Lift up. Take the hands behind you. Interlace them. Oh, look where we ended up. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, tuck your chin a little bit. Let your nose find the mat. Let the hands come away from the body. Inhale, lead with the hands as we drive those back towards the back of the room. And then lower the nose back, lower the hands back. Turn those shoulders back down towards the ground. And then we're going to lengthen the arms out so that we're making this T-shaped position. We're going to make our left hand nice and heavy onto the ground. I want you to think elbow weighs a ton, hand weighs a ton. You're going to take your right leg and we're going to take it behind us. It might come to here. That's fine. If you can get it to come all the way across, that's wonderful. But as with everything, you don't get any points if it doesn't look like this. We're going to take our other hand and maybe you can reach for your other hand and you can take this, I want to call it a bind, but it's not really. Position, coming back to centre, go the other way, make that right arm as heavy as you can down towards the ground. Use your left hand to press into the ground if that feels good. And then we take the other hand and maybe we lengthen, maybe we don't. Just see how it feels to be here. For me, gross. And then come back to centre. We're going to come back through our tabletop to a child's pose position. I want you to think, imagine that your hands are glued to the ground. They are firmly glued, you cannot move them. From here, someone's trying to pull you. Imagine that you are a child who has had a tantrum and you get into this little fetal position and somebody's trying to say, come on, let's go, let's go. We're pulling. Imagine we're being pulled at the hip towards the back of the room, but your hands are stuck on the ground. I want you to I want you to feel your shoulders. At the moment, I feel like my shoulders are kind of tilted up towards the sky. I want you to think about turning your shoulders so that your armpits are facing the ground. I don't like to use the word armpits. There must be a nicer word for that. Anyway, keeping those armpits facing the ground, I now want you to imagine they've got magnets in them. And those magnets are pulling you down towards the ground. From here, we're going to rise up into our cat-cow. Take a motion where you lift your chin up towards the sky, tailbone lifts, and then we're going to send it all the way back. Armpits down, hands are glued, we're pulling our hands back towards our body, hips are being imaginarily pulled towards the back of the room. Inhale, we're going to come up through a cat-cow position, and then exhale, you're going to find an upward facing dog with the knees planted on the ground. From here, you're going to come back to your child's pose for the last time, pressing those hands into the ground, really firmly, really firmly, really firmly. Pulling, pulling, pulling. And then inhale, come all the way up, exhale. upward facing dog. Come into a seated position for the last stretch of our practice this morning. Really going to open up through those shoulders. So you're going to use your right hand in the centre of your body. You're going to take your left hand and you're going to bring it either so that the backs of your hands touch, or you're going to thread them all the way through. From here, you're going to lift your elbows up towards the sky. I want you to imagine that you're trying to, like a rope in the gym, you want to lengthen up towards the sky as much as you can. Now keep that length. We're going to bring our elbows in towards our belly button. Inhale, you're going to reach up towards the sky, and exhale, you're going to bring your elbows towards your belly button. Last one here. Inhale up towards the sky. Now this time, you're going to turn your hands. So if my right hand is underneath, I'm going to take my right hand towards the left side, and I'm going to look over my right shoulder. Keeping the breath nice and steady. Just really feeling the back of that shoulder opening up. And then inhale, come back to centre. Roll your shoulders back and down. Just take some movement in the neck if that feels good. And we're going the other way. Hands might be here. That's fine. Eventually you might get to this point. That's all good. Hands go up towards the sky. Really lifting those elbows. We want to try and get them to be eye height or somewhere near. Mine are not quite eye height. But it will also depend on how long your arms are. It's very important to understand that people's bodies are different. So reaching up just as high as you can so you feel a stretch on the tricep, you feel a stretch through your shoulder, the back of your shoulder on the left side. On your exhale, keeping that length, we're going to tuck your elbows in towards your tummy, and then inhale, lift up. Exhale, elbows down. Inhale, lift them back up. Exhale, elbows down. Inhale, lift. This one always makes me sweat on this side. And then we're going to take our hands over to the left side and take a look over our right side, and then take a look over your left shoulder. It's a good job you guys can see me. The amount of times I say left and right wrong, sorry. Taking a breath in here, and then unwind those arms. Last thing, just bring your hands behind your back, express your chest forward. Head goes to baby bird. Remember, we want to not hyperextend through the neck. I want you to be able to take the strawberry laces in this case that we're being fed, and then touch in towards chest. You can close the chest, close the throat now. Let everything be heavy. I hope this has opened you up, warmed you up, and got rid of some of those desk gremlins. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you on the next session. In the meantime, I hope the rest of your day is filled with sunshine and magic and things that taste good and things that smell nice and things that make you feel incredible. Thank you very much.